As the very first rays of early morning sunlight begin to cut through the heavy mountain mist and the cool damp air still lingers over the high forest canopy, I step out of my home to begin another long, physically demanding, yet deeply meaningful and rewarding day of honest labor in our village, carrying my precious little baby securely wrapped and snuggled against my back using a comfortable traditional cloth sling. Step by step, with steady and careful footing, I make my way down the narrow, winding dirt paths surrounded by dense wild greenery, constantly navigating through unpredictable terrain, slippery mud patches, sharp protruding rocks, and hidden roots, all while remaining extremely mindful of keeping my baby safe, warm, protected, and comfortable against my body throughout the entire trek. My primary goal for this morning is to journey deep into the overgrown thickets and wild banana groves to search for fresh, organic banana flowers and valuable natural forest produce that can be collected, carefully prepared, and brought down to the local village market to generate income for our household. Bending down repeatedly among the dry, towering cornstalks, thick tangled vines, and sharp brush requires an extraordinary amount of physical strength, balance, and endurance, especially while balancing the added weight and responsibility of my child on my back. But I remain completely patient, determined, and focused on the task at hand, meticulously inspecting every single plant, selecting only the finest and freshest banana flowers, and placing them gently into my woven carry basket until we have gathered a substantial harvest. Every single stem and flowers I pick represents a direct step forward in providing for my family through honest, independent work, making all the physical exertion completely worth the effort. After hours of continuous searching, bending, and gathering until our sacks and baskets are filled to capacity with high-quality produce, I carefully fasten the loads, adjust the baby sling on my shoulder, and begin the long, exhausting trek back down the steep mountain trail toward the main village road. As I walk along the dusty, quiet dirt road, listening to the sights and sounds of the countryside, I suddenly notice a fellow villager in a serious and stressful dilemma up ahead. His heavy utility motorcycle, which was completely loaded down with massive, harvested agricultural crops, lost its balance on the rough, uneven dirt track and completely tipped over into the deep roadside ditch, trapping the heavy bike under the weight and scattering the heavy cargo across the muddy grass. Seeing him completely overwhelmed and struggling alone to lift such a massive weight off the ground, I set my own heavy bags down by the side of the road without a moment's hesitation, rush over to offer my full support, and together we use our combined physical strength to heave the heavy motorcycle back upright onto its wheels, carefully untangle the securing ropes to place, and clear the pathway so that he can safely kickstart his engine, regain his balance, and continue his journey down the road without any further trouble or delay. In our rural village community, stepping up to help a neighbor in a time of unexpected hardship is not just a polite gesture. It is the fundamental heart and soul of our culture. And watching him ride away safely brings a deep, genuine sense of warmth, relief, and joy to my heart before I gather my own heavy packages back up and make my way toward the busy trading area. Upon reaching the village trading spot, I meet with a local merchant where we lay out a clean red plastic sheet flat on the dusty ground, untie our bundles, and carefully unwrap each individual banana flower one by one to inspect their vibrant purple layers, evaluate their freshness, sort them by size and quality, count the total batch together, and agree upon a fair market price for the morning's harvest. Handing over the fresh fruits of my labor and receiving the crisp paper bills directly into my hands fills me with an overwhelming sense of dignity, independence, and pride, because there is no greater blessing or feeling of accomplishment than holding hard-earned money that was gained through pure, honest physical labor from the early hours of the morning until the bright afternoon. With our daily commercial trading successfully wrapped up and basic household necessities secured, I immediately transition without rest into the next massive construction project of the day, which involves building a completely handmade, weather-resistant bamboo shelter and elevated resting platform directly in the field for our daily shelter and comfort. I grab a heavy, razor-sharp iron blade and walk into the dense bamboo forest, channeling all my remaining energy to chop down thick, matured, bright green bamboo stalks, carefully trimming away the thorny side branches, cutting off the excess foliage, and clearing out the surrounding brush so that we have the strongest structural materials possible for our build. I then haul these long, heavy bamboo poles back to our designated building location, using sheer physical strength and precise traditional measurement to dig deep anchor holes into the hard, packed earth and drive the main vertical bamboo pillars firmly into the ground, ensuring that the primary foundational framework remains rock solid, perfectly upright, and capable of withstanding strong tropical winds, heavy storms, and harsh environmental conditions. Step by step, I begin constructing the elevated seating platform, carefully splitting long bamboo poles into flexible flat strips, smoothing out the rough edges, and binding them tightly next to each other onto the horizontal support beams using durable wire to create a smooth, elevated, and comfortable bamboo floor that keeps us safely lifted off the damp ground and away from crawling insects. To construct a proper heat-blocking roof and protective side wall panels that will shield us from the scorching, intense midday sun as well as sudden rainstorms, I gather a massive pile of fresh, long green palm leaves, sitting down on the ground for hours at a time to painstakingly hand-weave each individual leaf over and under one another in a precise, traditional interlocking crisscross pattern that gradually turns simple raw greenery into thick, durable, rainproof and sun-blocking protective mats. Once a sufficient number of these beautifully woven palm leaf panels are completed, I carefully lift, position, align, and tie them securely onto the structural bamboo skeleton, watching with deep personal pride as our custom handmade shelter transforms step by step from raw forest vegetation into a fully finished, functional, cozy, and structurally sound village sanctuary built entirely through our own hands. Endless patience, resourcefulness, and dedication. This entire day serves as a true and authentic reflection of our daily village lifestyle, where personal survival, family care, intense physical labor, neighborly compassion, and time-honored traditional craftsmanship all weave together to form our way of life. And I am deeply grateful and honored to share every raw, unfiltered moment of this journey with all of you. So if you truly appreciate this honest hard work and authentic lifestyle, please make sure to hit the like button, leave a comment down below to share your supportive thoughts, and subscribe to my channel to follow my journey and watch many more inspiring daily village life videos.